All right. So this happened today, and I thought this would be a very good topic to discuss tonight. Masculine thought versus feminine thought, and why women adopt male thinking patterns to be successful. One of the things that is crazy is how many men have feminine thought patterns. Seriously. I'm going to give you the breakdown of what happened. I put up a few questions on my personal Facebook page and people were getting into it. And the whole thing of this dude said Kim Kardashian. Let me go ahead and bring her up. Kim, first thing that pops up when you put in Kim. He goes ahead and says that Kim Kardashian is ugly. Now, you can look at Kim. You may not like the exposure her family gets, but Kim is not ugly. You may not like her. You may not like what she does. You may not like the attention, the exposure, but Kim is not ugly. And this is congruent on feminine thought. How many of you guys have been in a situation where you were going through it with a woman and she said things that were profoundly untrue? Your dick is short. You can't fuck. And you fucked her into a coma on several occasions. See, this is what happens with feminine thought versus masculine thought. Women get very much in their feelings, and their feelings crystallize and become real things. Whether they're true or not doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with it. It's all about her feelings. It's about the moment and how she feels. And in that moment, her feelings are very real, and common sense and logic does not apply. I had a situation with my ex-wife where she accused me of looking at this woman in a red dress, which I didn't see, but because she felt that I saw her. The operating keyword is felt. This is why women are perfectly comfortable with women making accusations of rape and other things based upon their feelings. Well, I felt that he raped me. I felt that he molested me. I felt he did something to me. I don't know what he did, but he did something, and therefore he needs to be punished. This is feminine thought. And this guy went back and forth with me. Let me see. Because he's very much in his feminine, and I kept giving it back to him. I was like, get out of your feminine, because I am not a fan of Halle Berry. But Halle she bad. She's a good looking woman. Nice rack on her. I mean, let me see. And this guy went back and forth like a woman. How many of you been on Facebook where every time you put a response, this woman will go, she will do this all day long. She'll do it all day long. She'll go back and forth with you all day long. Another thing with feminine thought is it's irretractable. They become very much like that pit bull with its teeth and a steak. They're like, arr, arr. They won't let it go. Even though logically it makes no sense, it's not solving any world problems, they will go tit for tat because most women are petty. They just petty. And this is what happens when you're dealing with feminine thought. Masculine thought, you don't even, this is why typically, if you've noticed a football team or a room of very masculine men, they don't have fights. They don't have arguments. They have disagreements like, hey, this is wrong. Okay, all right, I'll do this. If you go back to when LeBron James was with the Orlando Heat and he got into it with Chambers, I think, and on the camera, it's like, my bad. You don't see that happening with women. Women will hate each other for years before coming to that point to say, hey, I was wrong. Many masculine men, deep in masculine thought, will say that they're wrong. They don't always have to be right. But with feminine thought, it is a crazy thing. Let's see. Erica, Kim, and the model sister, only true beauties in that family plus their mom. They're good-looking chicks. And to sit and argue that, well, I don't like her because I think she's a rotten person on the inside is to ignore all practical reality. This dude just kept going on. I don't play that. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, she's still fine, whether you like her or not. And he kept going on and on and on because he was steeped in his feminine thought patterns. Same here. That just means she cares. Gunja, I've seen some translation of more masculine thought. There's a dance named after Halle Berry. What is it called? The Berry? Gunja, my policy is once a woman gets nasty, I walk away. Goddess Noel, if you want to hit a man in the soul, stop talking to him and mean radio silent. It throws men off balance. If he cares, if he don't care, he like, good. She shut up. Erica Williams, I had two drivers fist fight, then get back in the semi and finish driving. Good Lord. Malika, that sounds like toxic femininity. I'm going to look that up, Erica. Hidden under the unknown. We talking about something else. If you want to, matter of fact, what you can do, since you are inclined, let's go ahead and pay some bills, baby. All right. So if you want to steepen and encapsulate yourself in masculine thought, we got a 50% off sale at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. Anything there is 50% off. Tomorrow we have Consulting Tuesday. If you want to book something and grab something tonight, you can use 50% off discount on the consult. Get your basic finance and wealth development course. There's a lot of things. And for you unknown, go ahead and get the not the Hustlers LLC, but the Art of Holding to answer all your questions. So the code is below. The code is money. You get 50% off of everything. So there we go. We got that out the way. All right. Sabran, how do I get out of paying alimony? First of all, you set yourself up where that isn't a concern. Alexis, I like to think I take the best attributes from both the male and feminine thought process. Female thought process, as someone alluded to, is toxic. There is critical thinking, smart, wise women, and there's some crazy chicks who get into feminine thought where the truth does not matter. Regardless of the truth, this is how I feel. And therefore, because I feel this way, it is X, Y, and Z. That is some crazy stuff. Jed, that's funny. Eric Williams, for the record, I see fat white women getting married all the time and short men getting dates. You know, I have looked at the fat white woman syndrome or, the situation. And typically, they're very nice. They may be fat, but they nice. So I see that all the time. Good Lord, Ganja. Twitch is filled with men who play video games with feminine thought. One streamer got in his feelings when he said, "Don't be surprised if your girl looks at you funny after she pegs you." Excalibur, Eric Williams, my fat white coworker got married recently. Terrell Sanders, silently walk away. Women are used to attention. Argument shows you care. Do not give a fuck and show it through your silence and walk away. One of the things that happens with this feminine thought, and I want to address the dudes. If you want to, because I kept trying to tell him, I said, get out of your feminine. Because Kim Kardashian ain't ugly. Just because you want to assign that badge to her based upon what you think, regardless of what the rest of the world think. I mean, right now, like Kim K can walk down the street, take off her clothes, and 10 dudes going to try to pop on that. I mean, you may not like the Kardashian lifestyle. You may not like the Kardashian family. You're not, but that doesn't change the fact that she's a pretty woman. Like I said, I got my issues with Halle Berry, Miss Berry. I don't care what I feel about Halle Berry. She's still a beautiful woman in the eyes of most of the world. And I put up, going back to masculine thought, feminine thought, I put up a question, were all these ugly women getting married? And I will concede that in my circle, there's not a lot of ugly women. At the least, you get plain women. You'll get some plain wives around here, but there ain't a fat chick on this street. They ain't a bigum. They're all height and weight proportionate. And the ugly one is plain. Because, I mean, like this house right here, the chick came out. She's hot with 2 little kids. That's all I see. I don't see, and I will admit that my circle is different. Because I've been out here and I've noticed that these women out here have snap-back bodies. They get pregnant from the back. You can't tell they pregnant. They drop that kid. They're back in their jeans that week because they don't get abnormally obese. They don't get huge. They just don't. I'm like, because whenever I see a pregnant woman that's not from this neighborhood, I feel that it's strange because all these women around here, they just have baby. They're not 50, 60, 80 pounds overweight. They're at like 10 to 30 pounds, which once they have that baby, they're going to drop 20, bam, like that. And literally it takes them a few weeks to get back in shape. Why is that? Because there's a lot of high value males in this neighborhood. Women will govern themselves accordingly when they're dealing with truth. Like for me to get a well-paid, good providing husband, I need to look a certain way. These women around here get that in droves. Like I said, I mean, I've been all over the place. I just never see. Now, with some of the Jewish and some of the old Amish, you will see some of their women get a little chunky and a little older, and they get a little hairy. I've seen that. And they're operating on positional leadership. You said you loved me 20 years ago. Let's see. Ganja, man, I would never put my relationship online. I had military parents, military uncles. I don't get that crazy. Had to give logical answers or to get that whooping, Erica Williams. So if she's being toxic, then she moved out of her femininity. No, no, no. Feminine thought is very much a feminine thing. It has nothing to do with masculinity. Feminine thought is when women get outrageous with their thinking and they get caught up in their feelings. And what I'm seeing is there's a lot of men who embody this way of thinking. Dude just went back like, I don't play that. She ugly on the inside. The chick ain't ugly. And he would go on and on and on because, see, this is feminine thought. Feminine thought will manifest as you seeing things that are not there. Man, I haven't been on Twitch in a long time. Nobody cares how anyone else feels. What you're thinking, that's what I want to know. I know Kim K is a dime. Absolutely. I'm not hating on the Kardashians. Their popularity is a reflection of what America gravitates to. Pretty much. Michael D, good credit with the ugly woman. I see ugly, skinny women getting married. Now, Erica, are these women ugly or are they handsome? Because I will confess that a chick who's kind of plain in the face but got a banging body, I would probably tap that. Eric Williams, I did the judge and I think folks were shocked. Michael D, if you ugly, you have to have something going on. Gunja, I find in upper scale neighborhoods, the women are all about their fitness. Absolutely. Upper income males. Pretty does have privileges. Facts. Ganji, lower neighborhood fat chicks ready for their fourth breakfast at Popeyes for the fourth. Good Lord. Trav, I met Kim K at the 2014 Calvin Klein fashion show where I was doing event security. She was very nice and feminine. They actually talk to everyone. And this is something else. You never hear Kim K screams. There ain't no audio of her going off on Kanye like she's very feminine and she's very quiet. It's the voodoo. Gunja, how do I recognize if I'm having feminine thoughts? If they don't make sense, if they're not practical. God is no, you spoke the truth, Glendon. A high value man enables a woman to concentrate on her physical well being. If she has to pay half the bills, not so much. Now, this is some advice I put out for the men. First of all, from the dominant male posture, as a man, you are the leader. Part of being the leader is paying all of the bills. This is what you do. And this is why you find yourself a good woman that has her situation straight. You bring this woman into your life and like, look, I'm going to pay all these bills, but what we don't do is put your check in a joint account with both our names on it, and we're going to save that for investments. This is what you do, because as a leader, you pay the bills. I mean, this is just accepting the responsibility of being a leader. Now, if you want to co-pilot with your girlfriend and split stuff 50-50, that may work until she meets someone who's a leader, who brings out her femininity, who makes her feel like a little girl, who makes her feel special and tiny. Co-piloting your relationship with 50-50, and she got to bring a lot of money to the table. It doesn't work for real dominant men. It just doesn't. That's funny. Zola, because typically with my submissives, I don't have to worry about, because it's all in the vetting. Strong faced women like big nose. Other men say they were ugly. I see. Terrell, plain women have some of the best personalities. Plain don't mean ugly. I agree with that. Strong faced woman. Strong. Moham, you clearly not seen the clip where she went all the way off on her older sister. That's the first time she ever blown up on somebody on camera. She went off on her sister. I said, you ain't got no clips of her going off on Kanye. Sister going off on the sister? Okay. But she ain't went off on Kanye. There ain't no audio. You can't show me that. See, this is what I said. Her going off on her sister is totally different than her going off on her husband. Totally different. And the fact that you want to conflate the two shows that your lack of understanding of the feminine and female dynamic. Sisters and kids go off on brothers, they go off on each other all the time. I said you once again, prove me wrong. You have no tape audio of her going off on Kanye. That's what I said. So clearly you have not seen that because it don't exist. Lee Dye, is there a time that feminine thought is good or necessary? No. Nick Carter, yeah, her whole check. Because see, this is once again, once you understand how money works, let's say you meet this woman, she's a good steward of her money, she has no consumer debt, she has no student loans, she makes $50,000 a year. That's $38,000 to $42,000 that you can bank every year. You got 82 grand in a year, in 2 years, in the bank. In 5 or 6 years, you could use her money to pay off the house. Because once again, you need to be a leader. You need to put in a position. You need to have a plan for her to follow. Serena Williams. Yeah, that's an interesting thing with Serena Williams. Fellas, don't do the 50-50 leadership with your woman. I've seen time and time when a woman end up belittling and disrespecting the man. All right, Royston. Excalibur, that's what I said. When you find one, you find a rare jewel. You will come across a very rare jewel. You'll come across someone that is worthy of your leadership. You know, it's a whole different vibe, man. It's a totally different vibe. One of the things you guys have got to understand is your mental and your thought process are everything. That's everything. It means so much because like this dude, he kept doing it all day long. He's like, she ugly. And you know, another thing that I have shown many black women, black men, white women with asses, and they were like, well, that's okay. I'm like, if that same ass was on the sister, you'd be like a trained seal. And this is why people are being dismissive because of their own racism, their own biases. It's crazy to see what a person does when they act outside of logic. I don't know. I haven't given any thought to that. I'm going to work on the sugar daddy course this week. That's what's going on because I got to get that started because marketplace dynamics are what they are. I would love for every man to go ahead through the dominant male course, get that, lock it down, improve themselves, improve their finances. But the reality is a lot of men are just not going to do the work. A lot of men are in a situation where they don't really have the time. Because as I said before in today's earlier stream, you got to buy back your time. And once you get your own your time, it is so valuable. There's so many things you can do. Oh, Ganji, yeah, but you would talk to a lot of black men. She don't have no ass. Becky, Snow Bunny. One of the things I noticed with alpha males is they don't compromise even for sex, and they get a lot of it. But thirsty dudes bend over and bend behind the woman for barely any play. Oh yeah, sugar daddy course is coming because once again, once you understand the marketplace, you can get the best chick for the low low. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. Because one of the things we do at Disruptive Male is we give you tools and advice and stuff to help you in any phase of your life. Pretty much, Moham. Women are not complicated. All right, Roderick. Yeah, because the thing is, to escape the matrix, to go ahead and set your life on fire, you got to get control of your time. One of the reasons that I have all these stories and I've been able to do this is I have been in control of my time for 2 decades. And that's something that I don't think that I've talked enough about because when you're working for the man or you got some job that takes up 8 to 12 hours of your day with commuting and prep time, half your day is gone. You're going to sleep 6 to 8 hours, so you only got 3 to 4 hours to fit in, to build, which most people are not disciplined enough to operate on that amount of free time. So one of the things that's funny. Ganji, Nick Carter, one of the things that disturbs me is my current job. These men saying stuff, my wife won't let me, or the wife is always right. Those are simps, pretty much. Isaiah Payton, I appreciate the fact that you tell them fellas they should pick a woman who can bring something to the table, but you should still help them understand how to be a leader with the right mindset. Oh, the sugar daddy course is going to be very interesting. LP, 50-50 is not best as you can help it. I started out with my wife at home with the kids, and when she went back to work, we went 50-50. I don't have problems like I see guys having on the internet. No, Kevin Bryant, you got to go to Disruptive Male channel. Butte Wing, do you think most millennial women have a sound? Hell no. Hell no. When you go out and get into $50,000 to $150,000 of student loan debt, you do not have a sound financial education. Nope. Malik Harris, the legit, watch this. Chicks just speak back for no reason. It don't matter what you say to her, whatever you say to her, it's always got to be a problem. I did grow up in a two-parent household. Both of my grandparents had two-parent households. Makes a difference. Zola had a booger wolf try to sexually format me. First time since going through talk to her. It was a trip to be conscious of what she was doing while she was and make the attempt to freedom, dude. See, it's like once you get these tools and once you get this knowledge and you know what they're doing and why they're doing it, it becomes kind of fun. Stephen, I just got a taste of making money from a package I created. I'm so focused on making more money. Yeah, that half the stuff. Can't stand that happy wife life shit. You got to go to Disruptive Male channel on YouTube. All the links are there. In other words, her actions are learned behavior from women older than her that she witnessed and noticed as acceptable behavior. I don't have a book writing course, man. My boy Norwood had an MR2. See, there's so many things that are going on today because so many dudes are deploying feminine thought and they're unaware of what they're doing. Because if you get into a situation where a dude want to argue you all damn day, because I just went back and he came back all day, same thing. He was like, no, 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 no. I don't care what you say. I don't care. She's still ugly. There ain't nothing you can do to convince me because I feel that she's ugly. And once again, when a man is in feminine thought, it's one of the worst things ever because he is putting all his masculine superpowers on hold to act like a bitch. And it's just like, dude, you and your feminine, get out of your feminine. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, man. Two minutes. Twitch, man, something's going on crazy. Patrick O'Shea, unfortunately, men and women are in the same working environment, so there's little point. You need your male time, gym, playing music, or my interests. Well, one of the things that happens with today's male is there are no pathways to masculinity. When I was growing up, every dude had those DP cement weights on the back porch. There was just certain things that all masculine dudes did. That's gone. You know the number of men I see with fingernail polish on? And typically these men are confused. I see dudes with these skinny tights on, and they're hopping and switching around. And part of this whole masculine thing, like me, when I buy sweatpants, I have to go on eBay and get vintage sweatpants because all the new stuff is tights, and you look like Peter Pan. That's all they making. They're trying to force men into becoming eunuchs. So, like I got these pants on right now. They fit well. They're not skinny jeans. They look good on me. Got them on eBay. And this is what you have to do because as a man, I went to Vid Summit and there was this YouTuber who has colored hair, weird earrings, and he wears tights and stuff. And to me, he's that close to being gay. Even though I don't think he's gay, his presentation's very gay and it's very unmanly. Truth is, Glendon, men don't want to suffer to get where you are. I watch your channel to learn the tricks of reverse and never accept dates outside of Friday, Saturday night because I know quickly if I'm most important. Oh Lord, you thinking like a dude there. Like Friday and Saturday night dates, they don't happen. That can happen Monday through Friday, preferably on lunch. Yes, Atlanta is, it's very interesting. I don't see that much gayness in my neighborhood because it's a bedroom community. But whenever I go into town, good Lord, the things I see. So, like this thing with Billy Porter is going to be the fairy godmother. And this is a national thing. And I actually posted that that's an L for black men. This dude wears a dress to the Oscars and everybody's like, bravo, bravo. A brother shows up in the serious tux and stuff. Nobody pays attention. Single moms are hindering their sons from joining the Boy Scouts and Cadets. In fact, at my boxing gym, the moms scream and micromanage all the time when things get a little rough. They're raising some punks. A learned behavior that she thinks is okay to talk reckless to a dude without self-awareness. Pretty much. J Humps, I was just shopping for jeans over the weekend, nothing but skinny and skim jeans. What you have to do is go to eBay and put in vintage jeans, vintage sweatpants to get that stuff. Ralston, I've seen that too. Yeah, dude, I'm 6'2", live in the South. Yes, and all the pants are short like a lot of Latinos. I have to order online because it sickens me to see grown men wearing these tight-fitting sweats. Lenox Mall is the haven for gay men. And it's a haven for gay men with money, and it's the haven for gay men who are poor who want to be with the gay men with money. Men in sweatpants is a woman in a sundress with no drawers on. Good Lord. Hollywood, they'll never try to figure it out. They want black men to be sissies so bad. I know, man. Nice. I think we're neighbors. Not too much gay around here. No, There's not a lot of, this is a family neighborhood. There's a lot of married couples. There's a lot of families with small kids, older kids. The gay is not strong here. Also, let me tell you something else that Sandy Springs did. Sandy Springs created an ordinance to revoke the liquor license of all the strip clubs. So, bam, the strip clubs all closed at the same time. They're trying to turn this place into Disneyland. Yes, it did, man. So, one of the things that you got to understand is controlling your mental. Because and this is why a lot of women are adopting male thought to get ahead. They can't use feminine thought, which is rooted in feelings, how I feel, very situational. This is something I learned from Craigslist protocols. And this is where the 72-hour rule came from. Typically, whenever I would meet a girl and she was talking about, say it was a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and she was talking about we couldn't meet until the weekend, that was a very slippery proposition because typically women are very much in their feelings. They want to do something freaky that, like the messages I got between 10 and 2 o'clock in the morning, I had to operate very quickly because it was a matter of state. And these women were in a horny, experimental, I want something freaky, I want something different state. If that didn't realize in 72 hours, it was gone because they slipped out of that state. And this is one of the reasons that I set up my ads the way that I did. And because I had, going back to time, I was having sex with chicks in the morning. I remember I met this girl at a hotel room at 6 o'clock in the morning. Knocked it out. She got up. She took a shower. She went, did what she did, came back and hit it again that night. One of the things that you got to understand, feminine thought is very slippery. It's not consistent because it's not rooted in anything. It's rooted in the slippery slope of feelings. This is how I feel at this moment. That's all it's rooted into. I love my jogger sweatpants, man, tapered at the ankle. I know men who run around in tight sweatpants on purpose, those whores. I gotta admit, I have a few sweatpants that does show my print off very well. I think, the gay thing is very fast. Went to the mall when I came to see my cousin, saw two thugs with goals kissing doubt. Hey, man. I'm going to tell you something that's funny. My cousin works for DEA, and she told me this years ago. Because there are so many gay men in the drug trade, they had to hire gay DEA agents to infiltrate. Because pretty women, they weren't interested in the women. That's how strong the gay thing is. That the DEA, the government agents, had to hire gay agents to infiltrate these organizations. Yeah, that Elizabeth Holmes chick was messed up. Patrick, oh yeah, I was knocking it up. Upperclassmen in my church run their houses and highly respected. Most men in my church, engineers and business owners. Hey man, like I said, it's a whole different, like you go up and down the street, you don't see no fat chicks, you don't see no ugly chicks. Like there's one chick who's just kind of plain, but her body's banging. My boy lived in Atlanta but moved because he was tired of chicks constantly being paranoid that all men were gay. Dang, Glendon, you're right about the feelings. Plenty of women who have boyfriends will cheat when they get mad at him, then slip out of it real quick. There's a lot of gay men in the drug world, man. Like, and this is something else too, where you got to be careful with feminine thought. A woman can think her dude is cheating on her when he isn't, convince herself and do something off of that feeling, and later find out that she was wrong because she was a temporary hoe, cheated on her man because of something she found out that she thought. Then later on, she found out that she was wrong. Now she's like the guilty party. It's crazy because one of the things that happens with women in this feminine thought, like, you know, I was talking about the other day in the video about this woman who didn't want to listen to anybody. And this, you know, fellas, this is a tip for you. If you're dealing with a woman that does not take good counsel, you give her good advice and she like, I don't like being told what to do. I just like doing my own thing. I want to do it my own way. And this woman has no personal evidence of personal success, financial success, doing it her way. You dealing with a dummy. And this chick, you know, she was just like the typical strong-headed, strong-willed. I'm staying in the forest. Don't stay in the forest. Captain Save-A-Hole, he stays with her. Then all of a sudden, she's running in the forest because she gets in a fight with him. Give me your phone. I'm like, I'm not giving you my phone. Who are you to be ordering me to give you my phone? And she's like, give me your phone. He gives her the phone. She goes through his phone. She starts deleting stuff on his phone. Then next thing you know, they get into it and she's running in the forest like, ah. Then the forest is where all these people go to kill themselves and the spirits are messing with her. And she's running. Ah, shoom, she falls in the hole. This is the average woman who is in deep thought of feminine thinking. You can't tell them nothing. You can't show anything to them. You can't have a discussion with them. You can't bring certain things up. They are worthless for relationships. They are. Is very slippery. Is hot Atlanta next slowly becomes the next LA. East Point is banging. I love those plain Jane types with the banging bodies. Y'all men are too picky. Josh Barr, women have dreams that you did a bad thing and they take it out on you in real life. Feminine thought, in my feelings manifested as real, even though no one else sees this. Where can most gay men get a job for real, though, if they flamboyant? In Atlanta, they don't have no problems. They have no problems in Atlanta. Good Lord, I put on my headphones. You know, one of the things about many women, many smart women are deploying logical thought processes to get ahead in the workplace and to get ahead in life. And there's just a group of women who are in, because I was having a conversation with one of my submissives, well, an older submissive, and she wanted to reconnect, and she was just like, why aren't, I was like, you're asking me to be looking out for you. How many times do you come check up on me? How many times do you come to see about me? And that really, that logic got like, she said, I don't. Yeah, that's the problem. So we had a very good conversation because I was able to deploy masculine thought on her and get a positive result in the conversation because she listened. She came out of feminine thought, entered into a normal thought pattern, realized what I was saying was the truth, and she said, maybe this is why my other relationships went bad. And she had self-reflection. So when you're dealing with a woman who can't self-reflect, who can't look at the truth, man, oh, you got to get it, man. You got to get it because, see, business doesn't care if you're a man, doesn't care if you're a woman. The marketplace is like, I want what I want. I don't care about anything else. And if you give me what I want as the marketplace, as the customer, I'm going to give you my money. It's just that cut and dry. So feminine thought, like, once again, I feel that they're going to love this product. That's feminine thought. You need to test your products. Young boy rich. Most men will not get to those potentials because they're not allowed to dream. A lot of people don't have time to dream. You know, going back to the stream this morning, time is such a critical component to your success in having control of your time. That's super important. That's really critical for you to move to the next level. I mean, pretty much. I mean, business is very simple. And then what people do, stupid human tricks, they bring their life into the business and they bring their biases and they bring their opinions without testing those assumptions. Because whenever I, like, you know, the sugar daddy course, I have a feeling that it's going to be more successful than I thought because it just came to me after some recent events. And I realized that there's a lot of guys out there who don't know how to navigate those sugar daddy waters. And one of the things is a lot of these chicks, they don't want to give you a firm number. They want you to offer the most for the least. Because, you know, I'm on one of those sites. I'm going to get on another site and I'm going to have some conversations. Because typically, these girls are looking to do something a little strange for a little change. They're looking to be remunerated for their time and their presence. But see, here's the thing. If you're a man that has the ability to pay $500 to $1,000 a month, you're in a rare minority. Like, you know, there's only 1,500 NFL players. There's only 500 basketball players. And there's only like 800 baseball players. So you take all of them, you take all the rappers, you take all the actors. We're talking about 30,000 men worldwide. All the CEOs and stuff. There's only 2,600 billionaires. There's only like 20 millionaires around the world, 20 million. And then when you start to separate the paper millionaires from, you know, I have my house, I have stocks, I have bonds, this gives me a net worth of $1 million, versus the cash money millionaires, it drops down even lower. So you know, it is, let's just put it this way. If you have the money to play the sugar daddy game and you have the guidance, you're going to have a very good time in these current waters, the current situation. You're going to have a very, very good time because they thirsty, man. They thirsty. They got needs and requirements, and there's not a lot of dudes out there that can fill those needs and requirements. There's not that many dudes who have that cash flow. And you can get yourself 2 or 3 of them for what it used to cost you to get one. So you got your whole week booked with love and joy and funness. Well, essentially, they want a blank check. They're trying to get the most for the least. They're trying to get the most out of you. They're trying to get the highest number possible with the least amount of physical work. Because a lot of these girls, they don't want to work. They just don't want to work. I have not been on Seek Arrangements, but I'm gonna get on these sites. I'm gonna do some more research because from my cursory research, a lot of these chicks are crazy. Elite singles already exist. We will see. Instead of a Christian dating site, you're hilarious. One of the things that typically happens with people is a lot of folks don't have these old school personal skill sets. Back in the day, there was this thing on YouTube. This comedian, he was like, back in the day when people would knock on the door, you go to the door and like, "Hello, John. I was just in the neighborhood and I thought I would just stop by." And everybody's like getting stuff. Your mom's going out to get the best tea cakes. "You want some coffee, John?" "Sure. I'll make some Sanka." I was just in the neighborhood and I thought I would drop by and see people. Now today, you show up to somebody's house without calling before and getting any permission, they may call the police on you. People are scared of me. Reminds me of certain models in the photographic industry that demand non-refundable deposit prior to the photo ship and cancel last minute. I am Nate. Bumble is not bad. Tons of professional women that are thirsty. Dude, man, I had some fun on Bumble. Well, once again, I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself because, see, due to my vast Craigslist protocols experience, I can read a lot of stuff that you guys can't read because I've been through everything, all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, you don't need to pay. Ambition and hustle is all you need for women with ambition and drive. They don't want broke dick Danny. I'm a married man, but I see. Not the Sanka. Yeah, the Sanka. I'll put some Sanka on. They treated you like a guest, made you feel good. Nowadays, people don't have those kind of friends. My last just dropped by the house friend ended when I got more successful than he was, and he started acting weird. Friendship was over. I know a business owner paying 2 IG model apartments monthly. Both girls live in Florida with $900 a month studios. He be in Florida with both women. See, years ago, to get you a sugar daddy situation, you was paying a chick like $3,000 to $5,000 a month, one chick. You could get yourself 3 to 4 or 5 because they need that money. Alexis, it ain't tricking if you got it. It is tricking. It is. Once again, we're going to call it what it is. But, for a group of men, Strip clubs are brothel in Cali, full service and VIP. Your boy Rich. Most women want to be stay-at-home mom, and the women that can't be a stay-at-home mom are mad that moms can't stay at home. I will say that because these women around here, they don't have no stress. There's this one chick, she walks her dog with diamonds and everything. And she is a sexy little thing. She's got red hair about here. She got a tight little ass. She's a pretty woman. So, like I said, there are some men who are playing the sugar daddy game better than other men, and there's some other men who are falling off the cliff. One year, I was like, bruh, you could have bought a whole truckload of tricks for that and had money left over. Malika, that's funny. At first, they wanted to be independent women. Not so much now, man. Not so much now. Well, let's look at it, your boy Rich. It's hard out here. It's hard. Like, once again, if you become a dominant, established man and have the ability to change a woman's life, you should not misrepresent that power. You should walk in the room knowing exactly what you have to offer. You make 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000, $100,000 a month. You have no personal debt. Man, her life instantly gets better the minute she hooks up with you. Instantly. And you got dudes in this situation who are just giving it away on some stupid, dumb trick that's rooted in feminine thought. Like the chick in the Japanese forest who was just running and she fell in the hole because she was stupid. If you're dealing with a woman that can't take direction and can't listen to you, pass her by because she's stupid and she's argumentative. Bumble, 40 to 45-year-old men be throwing money. Erica Williams. When I was on Bumble, I had massive success, and I didn't spend a dime. But Bumble has changed it where, because the thing is, I had several different profiles, because I figured out one of the things with Bumble is when you create a new profile, they juice it up and they show your profile to more people. And as time goes by, your reach is reduced. But for about a week or two, or what I've noticed is when you go out of town, you get that new vibe. Like, oh, okay. Because I went to Florida and I pulled out my Bumble app and it's like I got matched up with 8 women before I got off the plane. I was like, what the? So when you change location, and I learned that. Exactly. You got to be careful if you're making that kind of money. They love to set beaver traps. This is something else too. I typically don't date girls with tattoos unless they make sense. Like a girl with all this crazy stuff, that's an indicator of her thought process, which is unorganized. I look good. I look 35 years old, but I have to show my 55-year-old ID. So, one of the things that you got to understand is the game doesn't care who plays it. And a lot of people don't understand that because the game is the game. And if you're playing the game at a high level, you're going to get different kind of results. You're going to get much different kind of results. Because one of the things that happens when you are employing masculine thought, you get masculine results. Because I've been able to go back in time and pull one of these chicks I hadn't fucked in 5 years, and the other one, both of them. I was able to pull both of them just through a conversation, because after what I went through, I was like, oh, no, let me go back and, revet my roster. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. All right. Let me see. I'm just trying to do some stuff, make sure it makes sense. All right. This is one I reconnected with. She is delicious. So this is just one of the things that, and that was a Craigslist protocol. And she answered a freaky deaky ad. And I was able to reconnect with her because one of the things that I'm not doing is I'm not playing the game the way that they've got it laid out. Can we at least admit the right kind of woman can elevate a game? Well, that depends once again on the dude. I asked the man why he tattooed his arm. He got pissed. Tattoos that make no sense make me nervous. If you seeing somebody with tattoos that make no sense, that's indicative of their thought process. Don't try to be a Jedi on the payroll. So, this is what I got on Craigslist. And once again, because I had the time to work on Craigslist from one aspect, I found this out that there was some banging ass chicks on Craigslist because my friends were like, she's from Craigslist? Because, everybody goes on Craigslist to look at cars, look at furniture, and a few people to slide over to what used to be a personal section. Oh, it's all cool, Alexis. I'm representing. I provide receipts. There ain't nothing but a bunch of receipts on the other channel. Because, see, a lot of people talk about they can get women and stuff. And I'll show you what I can get. I'll show you what I can pull. I can show you how my stuff works. Because, it ain't no secret. I'm not married. She ain't married. There ain't no secrets. There ain't no, we got to keep it on the DL. Not really. And, once again, very friendly, very kind, very sweet person. So I've got 2 in the roster, and I'm looking for a third. All right, Anthony Johnson. Because once again, I've been through a lot, but going to the first stream of the day, I had the time to run those experiments. And that is crucial for you being successful, because you need to run experiments. Because when you're out, you're trying to do some stuff, and the first time you put something out, it ain't going to work. It's just not going to work a lot of times. Then the second time you put it out, it ain't going to work. The third time. But you don't have the time to deploy those. Patrick Bashir, interracial is a big thing now. It's whenever the market dictates. College white guys with black girls. This evening, I was going to Target to get some cleaning products. And I saw this brother with this really cute white girl, and they were clearly together. And one of the things I'm starting to see is younger black women with white dudes. I'm starting to see more and more of that. It's not as prevalent as the brothers, because the brothers are like, we doing this. Come here, Becky. Come here, Shania. Come here, Taylor Swift. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff to you. So the marketplace is starting to become more evenly distributed, because also, like, the van chick. You notice how cute she is? Notice how little she is? Notice that she has long hair? There's a certain playbook as a chick. If you have it, you're going to win. And Janelle from Van Life is winning. That's because Becky's head game is ridiculous. I would say sisters have come up in that regard for many years because they had no choice. Because once again, these women around here live in reality. For me to have this husband who makes $250 million a year, I got to look a certain way because I represent him. Because see, you making $250 million a year, you doing big business, you going to meetings and stuff. You can't show up with a puppy. This is my wife. She looking like sad Sam. She looking like she got fleas. It ain't gonna work. Bill Gates, prime example. He married a competent, smart, intelligent woman that made him look good. Because see, your mate represents you. Oh, Goddess, you got that right. I'm putting together my rotation because I need one more. So we will see how that goes. I am Nate. My girlfriend's a Mexican. I'm having a blast. Well, some sisters. Because see, on my Facebook page, I put the new black man, and there's the new black woman who's very atypical from the old black woman. And this is what's going to happen. As we go, things are going to get better. Things are going to get much, much better. You're going to have, because see, there are some people who see the trip. Like on my Facebook page, I put the new black man, Justin Tuck, who went from being in the NFL to being the vice president of Goldman Sachs. This is the new black man, because essentially he went to Notre Dame. He's from Alabama. The new black man, the new black woman doesn't care what old black people think about them. They're going to try new experiences. They're going to enter new rooms. They're going to talk that talk. They're going to do new things. They're going to take trips. They're going to go to Iceland. They're not just going to do, quote, typical black folk stuff. The paradigm has shifted. And old school black folks are having a problem because they're scared. They don't want to move into the future. They don't want to do new things. They don't want to meet new people. And Justin Tuck, he's married to a small, attractive, feminine woman. The template has been cast. The more masculine the man is, the more feminine his woman has to be, or he has no use for her. And this is what a lot of these hard rocks, argumentative women who are deeply steeped in feminine thought don't understand. Another thing that's kind of funny is how these transsexual women are mad that heterosexual men don't want them. You used to have a penis, or you still have a penis. I want nothing to do with you. And then they were having this conversation like everyone's focused on the penis. It's not about the penis. It is. Like, most dudes get with women because they want to have sex with them. So if you with this dude, this trans woman who still has a penis, that's just not going to work out for the average heterosexual male, because the whole thing is, the reason I'm with you is I want to bend you over, but I can't bend you. Well, I could bend you over and your penis is going to get hard while my penis is up your butt. That ain't working for me. And these trans women are mad like, oh, he's a heterosexual man. Hey, I'm a woman. Deep and feminine thought. I'm a woman, even though I have a penis. I got fake breasts, but I'm a woman. You should like me as a woman because I say I'm a woman. I feel that I'm a woman, even though I still have a penis. Deep and feminine thought. And this is why a lot of them get beat up. This is why a lot of them go through issues. This is why a lot of them have problems. Because they're caught up in their feelings when the fact is you still have a penis. You 6 feet tall with big feet, big hands, Adam's apple. You look like a dude. Like there's like, it's ma'am. Dude look like she-man, he-man, with his cut and everything. And he got mad and he knocked some stuff around because the man part of him came out when he got angry. Like, argh, it's ma'am. And they're like trying to force you to accept their paradigm. Well, they don't want the transsexual men. They want the straight men. Yeah, man, that was crazy. It's not about the penis. It's everything about the penis. Because most men get with women because they want to have sex with them. So you having a penis is problematic. Well, I like you as a woman. And we're just going to ignore this penis thing. We're going to ignore the fact that you pee standing up. We're going to ignore the fact that when you spoon me and your dick gets hard, it's up the crack of my ass. It's all about the penis. The thing you told us years ago that there comes a time we'll be castigated for not making the play. Oh, they're trying to force this. But now these girls are fighting back. Because these girls in high school, they're getting tired of getting their ass kicked by men. And they're starting to fight back because it's like, this ain't fair. Good Lord, I think they like me, man. I'm like, if you're a transsexual woman, you need to let men know that up front. Like, hey, I got the same body part that you do. You still interested? You need to come forth with that, because there ain't nothing worse than a dude liking you, getting to know you, having fun with you, and then all of a sudden he finds out you have a penis. He's gonna feel tricked, betrayed, and like, why you trying to trick me into being gay? Broad ass shoulders, pretty much. And like, Orange is the New Black, the tranny in that one, they're talking about she's a breakout actress and stuff. He has a brother, a twin brother. But who's the big spoon, Scooter? The problem is old school black folks can't seem to respectfully bow gracefully. Man, they all over this. They all over this. Because, this whole tranny thing, because I've been on that, and I'll say some stuff, because, I'll say some stuff that's not YouTube friendly. Because right now it's like, oh, you're tranny. Oh, you're so brave to come out. And I will say to a degree, because a lot of these people are killed. Because, society, like, you strange. I don't know where to put you. And you rubbed on my penis, so you got to die. I was with it until I knew you were a man. I heard that trans porn is popular in some. This is something else too. I don't watch porn all the time, but trans porn pops up because you'll see someone inserted in the anus, and you'll see an erect penis, and you'll see breast. Because these little cartoons they play on the porn sites, they're very much trans oriented. It's wild. Penis is the word of the day, man. You got a penis. I don't care if you have artificial titties. You got a penis, man. Ugh. Oh, and Bumble, they're all over Bumble. And they got attitudes like, yeah, I'm a trans woman. If you don't go for that, then swipe left. I'm like, left all day long. You mad at me because I don't want to be with you because you still have a penis? Or you used to have a penis? Now you have this constructed vagina? I don't even want to know what that feels like. Because the whole thing for me is weird. I don't know what it's a person to be in that situation, to be trapped in the wrong body. I don't know what that feels like. And I'm not going to mock that. But I do know what it's like to be a heterosexual man that likes heterosexual women and biological women. Rocco Siffredi, like some of these porn stars, I think for you to be a male porn star, you got to be close to bisexual. I want you to think about this. You in a room with a woman, you got all these hot lights, you got a cameraman between your nuts. And then when they do the double penetration where two penises are clearly in contact, the average heterosexual man, he gonna lose it. He like, my penis ain't gonna work for that. I can't rub my penis against another dude's. Angela Bassett told him to stop it at Black Girls Rock show. I saw a movie where a trans woman was murdered because hey, don't be playing with these dudes' emotions. In my opinion, a lot of straight guys have weird fetishes. Most male stars are bisexual. There was this dude, he was a black dude, he had dreads, and he used to do gay porn, and he had an attitude like, I didn't do him, he sucked me and I fucked him in the ass. You still gay! If you weren't gay, you wouldn't be excited enough to actually engage in these sexual acts with this dude. But the trans women are, angry and militant. They're like, hey, you should like me. I saw a porn scene with double penetration. I quit watching porn the same day. I just stick to lesbian porn in my top 5 classic porn stars. It is wild. Peter North did gay porn? I didn't know that. Byron Long, yeah. And a lot of these female porn stars will not sleep with these bisexual men. That's a high risk HIV situation. You know, because a lot of people will ask me, a friend of mine's like, aren't you worried about STDs? And typically with the template that I mess with, I didn't have to worry about it. I mess with women who were women, women who did not do drugs, women who did not accept cash for sex. My risk pool situation was very low. A football player killed his girlfriend when they met in person and found out that he... Why are people out here playing with folks' emotions? Because the thing is, if you are a trans or a dude, you know this. And you just hoping like, I hope he don't care that I got a 12-inch penis. We can still get together. I just want him to stroke me, maybe suck me. Eric Williams, my mom was Jamaican. When I was Jamaican, they burned down this man's house if they found out he was gay. They don't care too much about lesbians. Jamaicans and gays. One of the issues that a lot of Jamaicans have problems with gay people is all the stuff they used to do to slaves on the island. And they used to force these men to bronc bust these men. So you from Africa, next thing you know, one day you out in the Serengeti, you know, petting the zebra, and next thing you know, you in Jamaica getting your cheeks busted. Big issue. If you look that up, look at homosexual behavior in Jamaican slavery. There's a long, sorry history. And this is why the Caribbean slave revolts were so violent, because they were doing some crazy stuff to these people. People playing with emotions because they think that faking it until a horny man is in the room works. Maybe it does. No, man. I'm going to tell you, this happened to me. You know, I have this little thing. I like the chicks that I have sex with to wear high heels, and I would buy the high heels. And I'm very good at it. So I was at DSW getting the chicks some heels. And as I was coming out, there was this beautiful woman in a dress. She had this nice, sexy walk. I was all lost into it. And in the night cracks with this raspy voice. You just go look at her ass and ignore mine. What? Yeah, bruh. I got in my car and drove off. This was close to Lenox. The gay men in Atlanta are very aggressive and they will try to crack. I was like, I'm not going to talk to you. We're not going to have a conversation. You see that I like women and you still going to try to crack? This is what gets them killed. This is what gets them harmed. But see, in my opinion, a lot of gay people have become bullies. I mean, that is one of the things, because, I mean, this is well-documented history. All right, so what I'm getting ready to do, it's been fun tonight, so I'm going to let y'all know. Everyone can go ahead and get 50% off of any course at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. Go ahead, grab that. The code is below. The code is money. And I will see you guys later.